What's up, y'all? I am Deborah Sengupta-Stith, music writer for the Austin American-Statesman and Austin 360. I'm here today with my colleague, Peter Blackstock, and the ACL Festival daily lineup was just announced. And so we're here to just break it down a little bit for you. My first impression of the lineup is here's how I break it down. If you're really into rock and roll, Friday is your day because it's Guns N' Roses, it's Tame Impala, it's the Raconteurs. You're into kind of groundbreaking, boundary-pushing music, then Saturday is your day because Childish Gambino, who's this real rap R&B deconstructor, at The Cure, who have kind of pushed the boundaries on indie rock for decades now, and Billie Eilish, who is making really interesting pop music. And if you're into party rap or twangy music, Sunday is your day because you've got Mumford and Sons and Casey Musgraves on the twangy side, and you've got Lizzo and Cardi B on the party rap, crazy, fun stuff side. That's my hot take. Cheers, Peter.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing I think is interesting, one thing we know is it the first Saturday that is already sold out? Is that right?
Yes, it is. First Saturday is sold out in less than 24 hours, I believe.
And that's Childish Gambino's headlining day. I think we were maybe a little surprised that maybe Sunday didn't sell out first because that's Cardi B and she's only weekend one. And we thought that there might be a huge demand for that day. But on the other hand, it is true that Saturday is kind of the easiest day for people to go to the fest if they're just single day ticket buyers, because Friday's the work day, Sunday people are maybe getting ready for the work day. So Saturday's kind of the ideal spot for those people.
Well, and I think that Saturday of weekend one is always the first day to sell out, because I think people who want to have a little bit of ACL Fest experience without necessarily committing to 3 full days of music, which is a commitment when you're out there on the ground.
Right.
I think that's why that day always sells out first. And I also think it's a day that people who have kids like to take their kids on Saturdays. And I think Billie Eilish being on that Saturday bill really probably boosted sales, because she is huge with everybody under 20, maybe right now.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people older than that too. I mean, she's just genuinely huge right now.
Yeah, and it's a pretty solid day. Our biggest local guy is on that day. That's Gary Clark Jr. And The Cure is I think the best of the legacy acts. I mean, some people will certainly see Guns N' Roses, who are kicking things off in the Friday headliner spot. One of the interesting things about Friday is that's the day that Barton Hills Choir, the elementary school kids from Barton Hills Elementary here in Austin, typically they play every year, and they will be doing the early noontime slot. And I know that one of the things that they're going to be doing is "Sweet Child of Mine," Guns N' Roses song. So, and I think they're also going to do some tour. So that Friday I think will be very interesting as well.
And it's worth noting that Guns N' Roses has not played Austin since 1993. This will be their first performance in over 20 years in the city.
Yeah, but intriguingly, their bass player was here 2 nights ago. He played Monday. That's Duff McKagan. He has a solo record out, and he played the Scoot In on Monday. And so, I mean, they really try to keep those things separate. Duff has a new record out that he's promoting pretty hard, but they really don't want to interview him for his solo record and have it overlap with the Guns N' Roses thing. For whatever reason, there's very much a determination to keep those things as completely different things.
So we've had a couple Guns here, a couple Roses there, but this is going to be the first full Guns
right.
for us in a while.
Yeah, but another one that we have started to have a few little previews of some of the people who are going to be at the fest. Generally speaking, they have these radius clauses where you cannot play anywhere near Austin for X amount of months before or after. And so it makes sense because they really want everybody to come to the fest just to see those. But we're still, I think, outside those radius dates. And so one of the acts that I'm actually looking forward to seeing most, Sub Pop act, Wise Blood, played on Saturday at Antone's, sold out show, and it was absolutely fabulous. And it sort of got me a little bit, whetted my appetite for that ACL Fest set.
So, Peter, if you were to pick one single day and to tell people this is the can't miss day, which one would you pick and why? And I'm going to go first.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
I would pick Sunday because of the combination of both Cardi B, who has not played anywhere near here in a while, and Lizzo, who we just love and can't get enough. I just think that in terms of those two female artists working in the urban rap arena, I just think I'm super psyched about that. And I think a lot of other people will too. I think it'll be a party. It'll be fun. It will get you ready for the next day at work.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm kind of feeling Sunday too. What I like about Sundays when I look at it is I think there's maybe more diversity in that lineup than the other days. Yeah, they're all pretty diverse, but that top line with Mumford & Sons, Cardi B, and Casey Musgraves. Second weekend it's Mumford & Sons, Robin and Casey Musgraves. That's all some pretty different stuff at the top of the bill. I love the second Sunday partly because my favorite act on the bill, Yola, British soul singer, country soul singer, is only weekend 2. So the festival's pretty much going to be wrapped up by then, and we're out there all the time and usually pretty tired by that last Sunday. But that's given me something to look forward to at the tail end of things. Yeah.
What about earlier in the weekend? I talked about rock and roll on Friday. Also on Friday, one of the artists that I'm really excited about is Kaytranada, who is this really cool DJ producer dude from Canada. That'll be a really fun dance party. Jenny Lewis is also on that day. And King Princess, who's a super buzzy, up-and-coming pop artist who made a big splash at South by Southwest this year. Anything else the other days that's jumping out at you?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things I always like about Friday, this is sort of the traditional Austin and traditional ACL Fest feeling about it, is I love that things kick off with Asleep at the Wheel. And they are the only act who's played every single South by Southwest. They used to do both weekends, and they have cut them back to just play it in the first weekend now. But so that first Friday, October 4th, that'll be Asleep at the Wheel's day to play it at noon on the big stage off the west end of the park. And then the Barton Hills Choir is the other traditional thing that started up about 10 years ago that we'll be doing that again. The Barton Hills Choir does both weekends. They'll also be on Saturday the 17th.
And it's worth noting that Gary Clark Jr., our hometown hero, who is on Saturday, has not played every single ACL Fest, but he did play the first one with W.C. Clark. And so it's always a joy to see him make that homecoming. That's happening on Saturday, both weekends. Also on Saturday of both weekends, Tierra Whack, a super interesting female MC who just really kind of pushing the boundaries on what is being done with that genre. She released an album last year, Whack World, which had just, it was made up of 1-minute songs, like 15 1-minute songs, and they were all like completely different subgenres of rap. And I saw her at South by Southwest, and she was really fantastic. So obviously you can't get those weekend 1 tickets, but weekend 2, there's still going to be a lot of really cool stuff going. The lineup is pretty much the same for Saturday, weekend 2. So.
Yeah. What's your sense of sellout potential for the fest this year? I mean, they've had years when the whole thing is sold out, and recent years they've sort of struggled to do that, especially weekend 2. It's kind of similar this year.
I think that if I wanted to see Cardi B and did not know that I was already going to be on the ground working, I would buy my Sunday weekend 1 ticket today. Right. I believe that is going to sell out, and I believe that'll probably be the next day to sell out. I think all of weekend 1 will sell out because people want to get in on the action first. They want to be able to talk about it with their friends, have the pictures up, have the selfies. Weekend 2, I'm not sure if it'll sell out. I think Saturday of weekend 2 will sell out. I think it'll take a lot longer for the rest.
That's my sense too. Is that second weekend may be more down to the wire as to whether it really is completely an official sellout. It'll be packed either way. I mean, there's going to be 75,000 people in the park both weekends, no matter what. So or less. So let's just hope for good weather, I guess.
And we will be tracking all of the latest ACL Fest developments over at austin360.com. So you can check in with us anytime to find out more about what's going on with the fest.
All right. Yeah. Peter Blackstock, Deborah Sengupta Stith. Keep reading us at The Statesman and Austin 360.